Hey everybody, it's Gecko here, back with another daily walk and talk. I am at my favorite spot in San Marcos, Purgatory Creek Natural Area. And I'm gonna go for a walk if the weather cooperates. But first, I wanted to show you my new baby. Y'all haven't seen it yet. So here she is. It's a 2012 Land Rover LR2. Pristine condition. I mean, I'm loving this vehicle. It's got leather seats. A leather dash with the faux wood trim. I was extremely lucky to have found it at the price I got it at. I'm only paying $377 a month. It's been so long since I've had a vehicle of any quality. I'm just so happy. I know it may not look it, but I am. I'm extremely happy. So let me go ahead and turn you around and we'll get this walk started. Yeah, the weather was looking there for a minute like it was not going to cooperate, but it looks like it's going to pass us by. So it has been a very long time since I have been able to come out here, and I am happy to be able to get my feet back on a trail that's not concrete or asphalt. Hopefully the trail's not muddy. It rained a couple of days ago. So far it looks pretty good. I'll have to watch out for mud. I'll get y'all centered on the trail. I'm not used to holding y'all as still as I used to being on trail. So me and the wife had dinner last night. We went out and we finally got to talk. I haven't seen her since Christmas. Our schedules have just been polar opposites. When I'm working, she's not, and when I'm not working, she is. So we haven't been able to carve out a time to, get together. But we did some texting a while back, and we kind of came to the understanding that we came to some understandings. Let's leave it at that. I'm trying not to divulge as much personal information on the channel as I used to, just as it pertains to, what I'm doing for the channel. And this does. So, last she had heard, I had decided not to go to Colorado to do the seasonal work assignment. Because that week I had tweaked my back and it was hurting all week, and I was like, oh, well, who am I kidding? I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. So, once it started feeling better, I'm like, I should go to Colorado and do the seasonal work assignment and save up this money to go through hike the Appalachian Trail, which is what I thought was my back that I couldn't do. Because for one, I can always take a 0 day and 0 days until it, calms down and feels better. For two, I would never forgive myself, and I would regret it to my dying day if I didn't at least try to thru-hike the Appalachian Trail. I'm going to give it everything I got, and I am seriously going to try my hardest to get to the end of the trail. So from now on, I'm not going to say if I finish the trail or try to finish the trail. I'm going to hike the trail, and I am going to finish. And from now on, that's the mindset I'm going to put myself in. No doubts. No half-assed intentions. I'm doing it to do all of it. So we had dinner, me and the wife. I let her know, hey, I decided I am going to go to Colorado. And she was like, well, why? And I said, well, and I told her the reasons I just explained. And she goes, I get that. And she goes, well, if you need anything on the trail, I'll send it to you. Whatever you need. So I do have somebody back here that is willing to just support me on the trail with, packages and whatever. It is hot and humid out here. Walking these trails like this is so different from the walks I do at the apartment. Being on the pavement, I almost have to get used to the variation in terrain instead of walking on a flat surface. I mean, I honestly don't believe I have actually been out to a trail. Well, I did that little short trail thingy there in Kyle that I was not impressed with right after I moved in. So, but that was the last time I hiked a trail. It was a year ago, almost 11 months. God, I'm not used to holding the camera on trail. I should probably get a small cell phone selfie stick, not a long one, but a handheld, something that the phone can clip on, and maybe a gimbal. I think this has auto stabilization, the iPhone 16 Pro Max, but I'm not for sure. I'll have to go back and watch it. But I may have to get a gimbal for trail videos. I was gonna smoke a cigarette while I was at the parking lot. Damn it. Oh well. First bench I come to, I'll sit down and smoke a cigarette. I don't think you're supposed to technically in the park, but I don't think anybody really enforces that. There's no park rangers out here or anything. No code enforcement people. Oh, it just feels good to be back out in the woods. I've missed this a lot. And honestly, I can't wait to get to Colorado and start hiking around up there. Especially up in the national park. Hold on. There's a couple of dogs walking their human. And then beyond that, hiking the Appalachian Trail. I cannot wait. So one thing that the wife made sure that I was still going to get was the InReach device. That's one thing she's insisted on me. Hold on. Oh, never mind. Which I do agree with for safety purposes, you know. Because, you know, there are wild animals and tricky terrain and everything else on the Appalachian Trail. You know, if something happens, I do need help, you know, a way to call for help. Oh. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go far at all. It's about probably an hour until the sun hits the horizon, so it's going to be getting darker. You know, she kind of figured out that, you know, with my 8-month assignment being up in January and me not leaving for the Appalachian Trail till mid-March or April 1st, that there would be a gap where I wouldn't have anywhere to be. And I told her I thought about, you know, talking to my mom and stepdad about staying there and helping them out until I leave for the trail. You know, if not, I can find somewhere else to be, you know. But I definitely don't want to start the trail in January. That is way too cold. Especially that early in the season in Smoky Mountain National Park. That it would not be, that would be dangerous. Because the weather up there is so unpredictable. I mean, I'm liable to get caught in a blizzard and be buried in snow. And that is not what I'm trying to do on trail. I don't mind a little bit of snow, but I do not want to have to potentially have to worry about escaping the trail to, you know, save my life. So that was kind of, you know, what me and the wife talked about. And of course, going forward and everything, you know, we're not going to be moving back in probably ever. Unless there's some like extreme circumstances. And even then that would be a temporary arrangement. more than likely. It wouldn't be permanent. Because she's got her own plans, and I kind of have my own plans. This new scenario here, the seasonal work and the hiking, is probably going to be the new norm for me going forward. You know, as a lifestyle choice. I mean, where else can I go where my bills are paid by my VA disability check, and everything I make at the job is pure profit, you know? Even if I didn't hike a trail, you know, I could work 8 months, and then the 4 months that I'm off, just go travel. I mean, I have enough money saved every time to go travel for 4 months, you know? And even if I don't want to through hike, I can always, you know, do like, you know, 1 or 2 week long hikes, you know, in various places in the United States for, you know, a couple of months, and then go back to seasonal work. You know, start my bucket list of crossing off the national parks. I want to go to all the national parks. So I don't have to be doing these seasonal jobs just to be through hiking. You know, and worst comes to worst, you know, I can do straight seasonal work for as long as it takes me to save up enough money to get like an acre or 2 of land and put a travel trailer or a tiny home on it. Then all I got to worry about is property taxes. And a phone bill. Because I would hope that it would be a solar setup with rain catchment for water. There's somebody talking, but I can't see where they're at. I think they're over there by that tree. Alright, well, for some reason the video got shut off. I do believe it's starting to sprinkle rain. Hopefully it's not too bad. It's not supposed to rain till like, you know, 10, 11 o'clock tonight. If it does at all. But anyway, another scenario that I could do rather than getting the piece of land and the RV trailer is just to get the RV trailer and just travel full time. You know? But until I don't have a car payment, that's not really going to be an option. You know, my vehicle is going to have to be paid off. So I don't have that bill with the insurance. Well, full coverage insurance. I'll still have to have liability. But hopefully by then I can get away with like $30, $40 a month for insurance. And of course I'll have to add the RV or the travel trailer to the insurance policy. So it'll be more than that. The wind's starting to kick up a little bit. Yeah, the trail I usually go on had the closed picture for the golden cheek warbler nesting time from like March 1st to April. This trail went off to the right a little bit, and I don't think it's included in that, so I took it, but I'm not sure where it goes. I mean, obviously it's a well-defined trail, but I don't see any trail markers. Of course, I haven't really actively been looking for trail markers, but I haven't seen any. So I don't think it's an official trail. I think it's just a bypass trail for that nesting zone. But even that, I'm not sure of. So chances are I'll probably have to backtrack when I'm done if I can't find out where it comes out at. I mean, as long as it comes out on one of the trails I'm used to, I'll know where I'm at, because I do know this park pretty well. It's just for some reason I've never taken this trail. Hell, it may go back to the parking area. I don't know. Because, I mean, the road's right over there. Y'all can hear the traffic. So, I am super excited to be going to Colorado, and I'm counting down the days. I mean, I've got 4 weeks left before I leave. Whether I'm going to be working the entire 4 weeks at Amazon to save up as much money as I can, or I may take that last week off. I haven't decided yet. I'll probably make that decision when it comes up, you know, depending on how I do with my bills, because I do have like a double phone bill this month, because I did the trade-in of my old phone to get this phone. But once I'm done with that, my payments will go back down to about where they were. Hopefully about $130. I'll have to see. You know, this, and they finalized my trade-in, so that's a good thing. So I think I can do my estimate my next bill function on the Verizon app to see what it would be in May. So that will tell me what my new monthly payment is. Ooh, there's a hole up here. Or like a ravine. Look at that. That is just flat. It looks natural, but no, there's cement right there. They made this as a bench, and somebody has written on it. Can't tell what it says. It's worn off, but that's cool. So yeah, I totally can't wait to go to Colorado. My only worry is that the weather in Estes Park this week is in the 20s and 30s, and they're still calling for snow, you know, further out within the next couple of days. So hopefully by the time I have to drive there, the passes will be clear and I won't have to worry about, you know, chain up procedures, because I don't have chains and I don't know how to drive with chains. And when I leave in January, I'm gonna have to find a way home that doesn't go through passes, if there is such a route. I think there is, but I don't know for sure. Spider webs. You can tell this trail isn't traveled very often at all if there's spider webs on it this late in the day. That barking spider behind me. Oh, hello. Butterfly. Oh, yeah, there's the border fence right there. The barbed wire fence. So we are headed back towards the highway now. So it doesn't connect with the other trail at all. It's going back the way we came. And it probably leads back to the parking area. I think there is another trail head that I always miss at the parking area. So we'll see. But this is perfect because it's getting kind of later in the day. The clouds are kind of gathering overhead somewhat. Yeah, I don't really relish getting wet. There are flowers on the trail. See if I can't. Oh, that's what it was. I tried to take a picture earlier and I hit the wrong button and it turned the video off. I just did it again. So hold on. Let me try to take another picture and hit the right button. Hopefully that took pictures, but I don't know if it did or not. I can't tell. Anyway, I guess we'll find out when I'm done recording and go back and look at my pictures and videos. So anyway, one of the things I'm looking forward to at YMCA the Rockies is meeting all the new people. And hopefully there's more people closer to my age. You know, doing the seasonal work of housekeeping, most everybody is, whoa, hello. That was weird. Sorry about that. Most everybody that works there is like right out of high school or in between college and a career, taking a gap year. But lately there are more and more thru-hikers that are using seasonal work, like I am, to save money to thru-hike their next trail. So hopefully, between me working there and another really good influencer for seasonal work, Timothy J. Ward, which I have mentioned before the last time I worked at YMCA the Rockies, and also IB Tat, a well-known thru-hiker who's been hiking for a very long time. A lot of people who watch thru-hiking videos know him. Have worked for YMCA the Rockies, so it's becoming a more well-known place to, you know, raise money to go through hike a trail like I'm doing. So hopefully there will be some at least one other person there that is planning on hiking the Appalachian Trail next year when I'm going to be hiking it. It would be really cool to have a friend starting out on the trail that I know. And hey, maybe we can schedule it to where we're starting the trail together, which may not be possible because starting this year, the Appalachian Trail has started a permitting process like the PCT. So you have to apply for a permit, and you can't through hike or even like section hike or day hike without a permit. So I'm going to be looking into that tonight. I know the application is up for this year, but I want to find out when it's going to start for the 2026 through hiking season, so I can mark that on my calendar to, you know, have my application filled out and my fee ready to, as soon as that hits, hit the submit button, so I can get my permit. And you have to have the permit on you while you're on trail. And of course, you know, there's other permits that you have to get as well. There's a permit for the Smoky Mountain National Park. And I think there's another section that you have to have a permit for as well. I want to say it's the 100 Mile Wilderness or Baxter State Park. I'm not sure. But I'll find all that out while I'm registering. And I'll pay all of that at once. So I have everything done. So all I have to do is get to the trail and start walking. And one of the things I'm going to be doing while I'm at YMCA of the Rockies is I'm going to be going through my pack list, my gear list, and tweaking it and trading out gear as I'm able to get it. You know, I'm planning on putting a full at least $500 a week or a paycheck, which I think the paydays are every other week, like every 2 weeks. So, whoa, that rock was not stable. And then I have my bills. So whatever's left over at the end of the month is going to a gear fund. You'll be on pocket money and gas. So I definitely got to get, oh, here's looks like it's going to be a trail marker. It's not marked yet. So it's a brand new trail. They haven't marked it yet or named it or anything, or it may be named, they just haven't put it on the post. But we're definitely getting closer to the trailhead, to the parking area. But anyway, going back to the gear, I got to get my in-reach device. I need rain gear, which I have a set of rain gear on my Amazon wish list for hiking that I'll probably get. It's not a name brand, but it's not Frog Togs either, so it's kind of mid quality. I'm gonna need to get a pair of cold weather gloves, because just because I'm starting mid-March or April doesn't mean it's not going to be cold. And I do need to protect my hands, especially if I'm going to have them out of my pockets holding cameras, you know. So, you know, I'm not going to be able to hike with my hands in my pocket. I'm going to have trekking poles, so my hands are going to be exposed. So I do need the gloves. Another thing I want to do is possibly trade out my tent, because my tent is not ultralight. It's probably about 5 pounds. I would like to get a Z-Pax duplex 2-person tent or something equivalent, one that uses trekking poles for support. My sleeping bag I'm just gonna have to deal with. It's a I want to say a Climate Wild Aspen 20-degree tent, or 20-degree sleeping bag, and I'm gonna need that because it probably starting out will be getting down to 20s, 30s, so I'm gonna have to be comfortable and warm. But eventually I'll trade it out with my Rumpel quilted blanket, because I do need something just to cover me, even if it's warm outside. You know, even if it's just to get to sleep and then I kick it off. Oh yeah, we're getting really close to the parking area. So another thing I was thinking about doing is seeing, and I'm gonna have to like go to REI with all of my gear to try it, but I want to see if I can get away with only having a 50-liter backpack. Because I think the 65-liter backpack is gonna be too big. Especially if I end up getting the ultralight tent, because then I won't have the carbon fiber poles like I have now. I mean, the tent I have is a good design. It's got a frame, a carbon fiber frame. I do have the ground cloth for it. And it's a hanging tent with the top part being net. And then it has a rain fly that goes over the frame for the double wall function, which you seriously need on trail because of condensation and water dripping down in your tent, you know, soaking your toe box or your sleeping bag, or you're just soaking you in general. So I gotta avoid that, you know, just stave off hypothermia and just to be comfortable. So yeah, tent, backpack, in-reach device, gloves, and rain gear. Everything else, I mean, I do want to, I'm gonna have to go over the clothes I'm wearing. I'm actually considering taking these shorts, because these are really nice shorts. They're knee length, plenty of pockets, and kind of lightweight. They are cotton though. If they get wet, they're going to be heavy, and they may not dry quickly. I'm not sure, but I do have a pair of my sleep shorts that I wear now. I'm also going to have those with me to either sleep in or wear hiking the trail, because they are lightweight, breathable. They're the synthetic material that's going to dry quickly. But I may want to get a pair of long pants to hike in. If I do that, I'm not taking these shorts. I'll get those, and what I'm thinking of right now is Bearskin just announced that they have a like waterproof, water resistant like hiking cargo pants, and it also comes with the function that you could, you know, the legs zip off, so they're also shorts. So I may get a pair of those. especially if I can weasel my way into another 60% discount, using another email address. Because I did get the bearskin hoodie fleece tactical jacket, which will also be coming with me on trail. I mean, it may not be ultralight, but I'm gonna want it in the cold weather. And it has a ton of pockets too. And they're moisture resistant, I believe. And as for shirts, I'm definitely taking my Hiking is My Retirement Plan shirt. And that'll probably be the only shirt I take, other than my base layer top. And I'll have also I have a Columbia fleece pullover quarter zip that I will be taking with me as well. I'm also going to buy some thick wool socks to sleep in. I'll take one pair with me. They come in 3-packs. I have that on my hiking list on Amazon too, wish list. I'm gonna have to, if I need to, I can have another one sent out to me if those get a hole in them or whatever. But I'm not going to be hiking in them. I'm just going to be sleeping in them, so they shouldn't get messed up at all. But I'm going to be doing all that while I'm at YMCA of the Rockies and get my gear list, totally sussed out and dialed in. And of course, I'm going to be doing, towards the end of the decent hiking season, I'm going to be taking the full pack with me on my hikes. So I can get used to the pack weight, with the added benefit of hiking at elevation to further condition me to having the pack on. Okay, where the heck is this trail going? I thought it was going back to the trailhead. I mean, I know it's not going back the way we came because we were at the fence line there a while back, so it's not going to be doubling back. But the road is right there. Oh, here we go. We're going back that way. Okay. That's good. All right, so and while I'm here during the 4 weeks, I'm just going to be going through all of my stuff, taking whatever I'm not keeping to Goodwill, making sure the family, if there's anything that they want, they can take it. The furniture, like the bed and my desk, if nobody wants it. The Lazy Boy recliner, again, if nobody wants it. I don't think anybody will. Of course, I could be wrong. My eldest daughter and her boyfriend might want it. They're getting a new place together. But I'll be leaving that stuff in the apartment. The girls in the leasing office said I could, and they'll gift it to other residents or keep it themselves. Like in the case of the bed, one of the girls said she'd be interested in it. So she just has to find some help moving it because it is extremely heavy. Then, other stuff's going to Goodwill, and other stuff is getting packed in boxes and getting loaded in the back of my vehicle, and it's coming with me. I'm not leaving anything behind, and I'm not leaving it in anybody else's, house or apartment. I'm not getting a storage locker. That's just an added bill. So I'll have enough room in my vehicle to take it with me. And then, like my books and stuff, they can come up in the dorm room with me. And the couple pieces of small furniture, like my little CD rack that I'm gonna put stuff on, and like a bedside table that's coming with me, because you know the dorm rooms don't have that. Hopefully I get the same setup that I had last time, which is just a single bed in a room. There's no like bunk beds or anything, but if there are bunk beds and I don't have a roommate, I'm gonna put the tarp, the little wooded mountain scene tarp that I got on my wall now, I'm gonna put that, you know, on the side of the bunk bed to kind of hide it. But I'll figure that out. I got a call. Actually, I was gonna do that today and I forgot. I'm gonna call the YMCA, the Rockies HR department, and see what the housing situation is gonna be for me. Because last year, you know, when we did the interview, they asked how old I was, and they asked if I was over 45 years old, and I said, yeah. And she said, okay, well, more than likely you're not gonna have a roommate, because we like to, you know, because of the generation gap, and, you know, younger people like to party and be loud and wild. They figure that, oh, okay, I didn't know that this, or maybe I did. When I started hiking, I went that way, and I just came out from right there. So that's where that loop goes. That's good to know. That's a decent little loop. So I know exactly where I'm at now. And the parking lot is right over there, and the highway is right there. You can see a car going by right about. Come on. Anyway, it's right there. So anyway, yeah, they like the older people to have their own rooms without a roommate. So I'm hoping that's still the case, because I don't want a roommate. I mean, I won't mind it if I do, because, you know, I act like a younger person most of the time. But I don't know how they're going to react to me. You know, I do come off as like the cool stepdad, the stepdad that, you know, all the kids' friends like to hang out with because I'm cool. And I kind of get them. So we'll see. But I am going to ask them so I can plan accordingly. I was looking on the map, and there's like 3 staff lodges, like right next to each other. And then there's the Mount Epsilon, which is where I stayed last time, but it's not listed as staff lodging. So I think that's where they put the older people. I'm not sure. I think they put all the younger people in the other staff lodging facilities. But we'll see. I mean, those may be new. I don't know. It's been 3 years, so they could be. But I think I remember them being there last time. Just I never had any occasion to go visit them. All right, well, I know I've kind of rambled in this video, but as we get closer to time for me to leave, I'll make more detailed videos about leaving for the seasonal job. Right now it's just generalized plans, but I mean, more than likely that's what's going to happen. But you know, once it gets closer, it's, you know, that's what is going to happen. So anyway, if y'all haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, swipe that notification bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video to Gecko's Trails. We're still sitting at 222 subscribers, so triple deuce. And while you're at it, hit that like button. You know, show a brother some love. Help out with the algorithm. Share this channel with, you know, friends and family that like through hiking and, you know, backpacking, and seasonal work. You want to learn how to make some money and travel at the same time. So, yeah, definitely share the video, share the channel, and y'all stay safe, and y'all stay sane, and get out and hike a trail. If you can't get to a trail, find a green space. If you can't find a green space, walk around your neighborhood. Just get out and walk. Your body will thank you for it, and you'll thank me for it. So, until next time. Oh man, I went the wrong... Oh no, I did go the right way. What was I thinking? My brain ain't braining. Anyway, like I said, y'all stay safe, y'all stay sane, and get out and hike that trail. At this point, I'm repeating myself. And until next time, this is Gecko saying bye.